fresh meat.
Okay, so stream is up and running. This is Fallen Elf in Lemon Street 1357, and I'm sure there's a fantastic reasoning behind that name that I will get at some point. Here with
I doubt
Dotanoobs.
it. I really doubt it.
Oh, I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's like when he was playing Call of Duty with other 15-year-olds and just raping people's mothers all day. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's the story. That's how many mothers he raped in Call of Duty, or he said that he raped at least. Mother rape is never a fun subject. It's not really something you want to start a video with. But
But
it,
you're
it,
already
it
have.
happened. It happened. We got a couple of new players here. Other people might be jumping in and out. Something we're going to try and do on a weekly, bi-weekly basis here. Just trying to taking some questions and helping new players out because it's something that I remember. I know when I started, I had a ton of questions and people would just kind of laugh at me when I asked. So think of this as the verbal or the non Reddit stupid question thread. So
Oh,
we are gonna turn this over to the new people here who can introduce themselves or not. I actually don't care. Um, and we're just gonna say, guys, open it up to questions. We're kind of focusing on supporting a bit this week, since it is something to me being a good support. Good supports win games over good carry players. Good supports set everything up. They run the match for the first 15 minutes of the game. They set the pace. So go ahead and ask any questions, and then we'll see what happens. And if you have
Guy
any,
up, you want to start?
All right. Well, I guess one of the big things that I had trouble with is I have no idea what I should build. Um, but when in doubt, I usually just go mech. That's it. Can't think
sure.
of anything else.
Okay. Um, so it does vary from support to support. Um, some support heroes aren't intelligence heroes. We have strength support heroes like Earthshaker and such who don't have large mana pools. I would say the one thing every support should build is a magic wand. Lemon, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, wand is standard on not just supports, and just about every hero. You can make some case for having a wand. The
Yeah.
extra mana from and mana and HP is just a lifesaver, and then I mean, just generally, it's a good item.
No, absolutely. So usually when you're playing support, especially in lower skill brackets or even medium skill brackets, which I think is where I am, um, usually starting items are going to be pretty standard. Tangos, salve. I see so many new players just grab salves because they think it's a bigger heal and it's more worth it. Tangos are the most cost efficient heal in the game. Always start the game with a set of tangos. And most of the time you're going to start tango, salve, clarity, and three branches anyway, just for the +1. GG branches, Ironwood branches, again, most cost efficient item in the game. +1 to all stats. That's crazy. So it just builds naturally into the wand. Mech is also a great support item, but make sure you're coordinating with your other supports to make sure you guys aren't building the same, since the heals, the cooldowns do not stack.
In the case of clarities, I don't really know. Like, you usually buy them on like strength heroes just because they have such a small mana pool at the beginning.
No, you buy them on pretty much anybody.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who really needs mana can get a clarity. I want to go back, touch base something when you said get three branches. A lot of people think like as a support they're gonna go bracer, because typically supports are in heroes and they don't have a lot of health. Well, they'll start with a gauntlet. If you get a gauntlet over three branches, you will in some way fail every time because you're getting
Mm-hmm.
three strength and you have empty slots in your items. You could have three int and three agility to go along with that one bracer. So it's just, I mean, make more efficient use of your item slots is something that I would definitely have to add in there.
No, that's a fantastic point. And I mean, just looking at from a cost efficient standpoint, a gauntlet is 150, so it's an extra 9 gold because an ironwood branch is 53. Um,
Yeah.
it's an extra 9 gold for 6 extra stat points. Um,
I
I,
mean,
I
it's
was gonna
just
I was gonna ask. When you're, I usually get three GG branches at the beginning anyway. I just never know when to get the magic stick. Like should I be getting that as the first thing, or should I be getting boots first and then finishing the magic stick after?
um it really depends on your situation. If you're against, let's say, and as a support, this is probably not going to happen. A Bat Rider, for example, um, or somebody who uses really spam-heavy spells. Like Bat Rider's whole point of existence is to just get napalm stacks on you. Um, if you are against a hero like that, you're gonna definitely want to pick up your wand sooner rather than later, or even sell off one branch and get the stick faster.
Exactly.
So someone like even a Zeus is another good example. He's gonna be wanting to spam lightning to CS because he is that horrible. I'm
It's
trying to look
a
at some other heroes here, but
oh
there
yeah.
is a good field. Um, because then when you have that extra wand or stick charge security blanket, when you do get ganked, well, now you have 10, 15 charges because they have been spamming spells.
Yep.
And it's
Okay.
just easier for you to survive and escape.
But the first thing you should get, as soon as you have the money, is upgrade that courier. That I've seen, and I still play games with it, where 7 minutes in the courier is not upgraded. Playing mid, it's the most frustrating thing ever. If you have to bottle crow, to
Okay,
get
wait. 7 minutes?
yeah.
I've had games where it's gone 20,
Well,
25 minutes.
yeah, we have those
I mean,
games. I'm saying
that is
those are few
well,
and far between.
no.
Oh God, I have not solo queued in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I almost exclusively solo queue, so those games are very prevalent for me.
Another thing to keep in mind is the courier should never go someplace that's not mid if it's not upgraded.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
definitely a good tip, especially if like mid is missing and you don't have, say you have top rune coverage, but you don't have bottom rune coverage. Definitely make sure it's not walking going through your jungle.
Mm-hmm.
If you're radiant, I mean, it's just
It's an easy
mid
pick
comes to
off,
gank bottom, the whole team gets 175 gold free.
and you're without your courier, which basically
Yeah,
loses yourself mid lane and most of
and
the other
any
lanes.
items that you had on the courier too. That's down for 2.5 minutes. And if
Mhm.
it's something critical like a bottle for mid, I mean
That's a
that's
lost
just
lane.
kind of yeah. I mean I've seen even like a quap buy a whole second bottle just because it was that important for them to not wait.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean it is important to have that courier walking in safe places and flying sooner rather than later.
Yeah, for
Alright.
sure. And then also keep in mind that some supports are actually kind of quick and some are very slow. So when you're
Like
thinking,
Crystal Maiden.
oh yeah, the oldest Dota joke, those wolves of Ice Rack are complete, or must be legless. Um, but yeah, like some supports are actually kind of quick, so you don't really have to worry about it. And I think majority usually have around 300 base movement. Like Bane is quick, Coddle is quick, but then you have Lion and Crystal Maiden, heroes like that who are just really slow. Who you need, those
Oh
boots
yeah.
might come in handy. But very rarely would I argue for boots first.
Okay.
And it's just a tip, like, as generally, you never want to buy boots first on any hero, even if you're random.
Yeah.
Boots first is a horrible build. I mean, I see it ever since Boots' speed got nerfed down
Yeah,
to
55.
450 cost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been horrible. So many people think it's a much more reasonable build. I mean, it's
It's
horrible
not.
because I mean, in a game, I had a Crystal Maiden who did not buy Courier, who did not buy
Oh
Wards, who did
God.
not upgrade Courier. She literally the first item. I'm not even talking. I'm talking before region, no stats. Literally, the first thing she bought was a Claymore for a Shadow Blade.
Jesus. Jesus.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's. Oh, and the
boots
next
first
thing
is
she
up
bought was
there. Oh, go ahead.
the next thing she bought was Tranquil Boots, which she then sold for her Shadow Amulet.
Oh my God. That just made me
Like
twitch. That made me twitch.
that bad.
I mean,
And this is
boots first is just as bad as bottle first. I can never advocate a bottle
okay.
first.
I can make a case for bottle first if you're
Oh,
random. That is the
eh,
only situation.
I can't. I
Eh.
mean, I would much rather grab a set of tangos, a clarity, 3 GG branches, and then get the bottle in 2 last hits, but just have that regen just in case I miss the first 2 runes.
It depends on your hero, though. Like, if you are
Yeah.
someone like a Queen of
Quap.
Pain
Yeah.
or a Zeus that can
Mm-hmm.
really make use of that early mana and spam them
Yeah,
out,
yeah, yeah.
then it's different. But I mean, if you're gonna be like, mm, trying to think of somebody who
Mag,
would go mid, yeah, Mag.
Magnus, Pudge.
Like Shockwave, you don't use explicitly for harass. You use it
Right.
for CSing, if anything. So I mean, you're not gonna need bottle mid there.
All right, let's go. Let's go back to supporting. What other questions you guys have?
Hmm.
I guess one of the things that like I always get yelled at for is warding, and I just kind of put it like right over the cliffs over the rune spot. Is there like any like strategic better place than that, or is that a good spot early game?
Yes.
There is definitely depending on what side you are.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Ward
so yeah.
ward spots are something when we get into the bot game. We'll show you. We'll ping out a few spots, but just a quick note on warding. It changes. The warding meta, quote unquote, changes every few months because people realize rewards are placed, things like that. But that being said, the marked ward spots are not always the best ward spots. And if I
Um,
oh good.
I was gonna say, like, for example, top of river. You think, okay, I'm gonna put it either right next to the Radiant Ancients, or I'm going to put it on the cliff to the right. Most people don't think you can put it on the cliff to the left. I mean, it's just
Yep.
as valid of a ward spot. It covers the rune. It gives a little bit more river coverage. I mean, it's still a great ward.
Yep. And if you guys are in like relatively low matchmaking or even like I said medium matchmaking, grab a set of sentry wards at the beginning of the game. Like watch the difference it makes when you drop a sentry as soon as they drop that ward and just completely wipe out their vision.
Uh,
It's
now that now that you say sentries, I do want to bring up a topic between support and hard support. Um,
yes.
because that's kind of a pretty big differential between what a lot of support players don't really know where to draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to give an example, Earthshaker and Sand King, both of them are supports. They don't get CS in lane. They pull. They do supporty things. The thing that
Generally.
they don't generally, the thing they don't do is they aren't the ward carriers the whole game. They don't always buy detection.
Right.
They need items function. Earth, Earthshaker and Sand King both have the same basic core build, which is Arcanes, Wand, and Blink Dagger. If
Mm-hmm.
they don't have those items, they are severely limited and a liability to your team.
Yep.
Now, a hero like Crystal Maiden, who does not need a lot of items, she just needs some general levels. She can be much more effective without less items. So she
Mm-hmm.
can be a much higher candidate for that hard support role that normally buys detection and warding and all that kind of stuff for the team.
And every hero is always better with items, but there are support heroes that don't like Lemon just said that don't need those items. And a few examples: Crystal Maiden, Lena is in the pro scene has played as hard support a decent amount because she has crazy burst damage with just levels, and she has a great mana pool so she can spam them out. So she doesn't need those items. Really, she needs like arcane boots bracer or even just basic boots bracer, and she's fine. Bracer wand.
Um, Another couple examples: Bane, Rubik.
Mm-hmm.
Those two.
Lion, Lich, Witch Doctor.
Yeah. A lot of them are kind of like, and for on the other side, Tidehunter, another example. Same basic build: wands, arcanes, and a blink dagger.
Yep.
I mean, he's not going to be getting tons of farm, but he just gets those items up, and he is so much more impactful
Mm-hmm.
on a game. Mostly, actually, when I think about it, the role kind of sticks to initiators and strength supports who
I
normally
mean,
follow
that's
their
why you
follow.
see so many Magnuses just rushing that Blink Dagger because getting into perfect position for that initiation is so important.
Yeah, like the skewer into RP is so much less effective than blink into RP.
Mm-hmm. Blink RP Skewer is much better than Skewer RP.
Talking about wards there. Um, when would you be getting sentries over observer wards? Like you were saying when you're counter warding, but like I've rarely run into, you know, the pub matches that I play. There's not a whole lot of warding on either team in general, so I never see the point
Sure.
to get observer or sentry wards unless there's like a Ricky on the other team or something like that.
So I guess when I play support now, I generally grab a set of sentries at the beginning of the match. Because the dewarding is very important. It is they of course they're always going to be useful against invis heroes. I mean, the last game I played Earthshaker, and I actually did do the 5 position Earthshaker, but got a ton of kills, so it worked out. Um, there was a broodmother in lane, so just bought sentries, and she was not expecting them, and we just killed her like 4 times. Sentry wards are 220 gold. I generally think it's worth it to just pick a set up at the beginning of the match and keep them on you, because you never know.
Okay.
Like, if you see someone obviously go place a ward, or if you see, like, if you're in the safe lane, you see the off lane Windrunner with a single ward on her, you just look and you're like, well, okay, she just warded. Let me go drop a sentry, and then all of a sudden she's gankable because she doesn't have that vision that would save her.
Right. Well, like the thing is it's say you buy sentry wards, like I wouldn't know where to put them. Like I wouldn't know where their ward is. That would
Well,
be my.
We'll go over that
we
in
would
game.
talk about that, yeah, once we get into game. It's a lot easier to show on positions.
Mhm.
Which you gotta think. Okay, so in the Windrunner example you gave, um, that she has a ward down. Well, if she is dire side and you're radiant, there is one spot that just jumps out.
Exactly.
It's on the river. It covers rune and it covers the little field area behind the tree line next to lane. It's a ganking ward, basically. It
Mhm.
covers river rune for your mid and it covers the tree line so you can't hide. And well, you can hide all you want, except she's gonna know you're there.
Right.
And it's these dead giveaway spots that you check first. You're not always gonna get the ward, um, with your first sentry, or sometimes even your second sentry. Um, Especially when you're doing stuff like counter warding for pulls. But you should at least try, because a kill is worth more to your team than 220 gold or
Especially first
110
blood.
gold. Yeah, especially especially first blood.
And that's why you get the
Um,
sentries for the first blood, because that first blood is worth way more than that sentry gold. Another
Oh,
another time
easily.
you want to get sentries before roshing. Every time,
Yeah.
and
Or Russian.
it
Um,
infuriates me when I'm playing a game and my team goes, let's rosh, and I go, okay, let's look for wards. Oh, no, we're fine, we don't need it. And then all of a sudden their whole team shows up because they knew exactly where we were going, and we get team wiped.
Or
Essentially-
even worse,
Yeah.
you don't drop sentries in front of the pit, and they have a bounty hunter,
Yep.
Ricky, Clanks, Shadowblade user. It just
Oh, God.
screws you
Um,
over, because sometimes a Ricky will just stand behind Roche, backstab him once, get the crazy damage he does,
Yep.
and then jack the Aegis. He not only just jacked Roche, the 1,000 gold your team gets from it, but he also has Aegis now.
I am going to share this because it's just hilarious. Other team, I was playing a game, this is like 6 months ago. I was playing Tide Hunter and I was having a good game. You have no idea how much fun it is to blink in, ravage an entire team, take the last hit and the Aegis, and then just have your team come in and wipe them all. It is the greatest feeling ever for a Tide Hunter.
Or even better, we knew a Ricky was there, or an Invis hero, we saw him come in. But nobody had sentries, and we obviously, like, it was a risky Roche attempt in the first place. They could still kill us. They were probably just going to wait to get last hit and take the Aegis. Well, I was playing Naga. Best anti-Roche theft ever in the history of the world. Our
For
support
sure.
was flying out a gem. And I just ulted. I'm like,
Fuck it.
You are. Well, no, it's just a general safety net. I
Mhm.
almost always ult when I Roche at the end of, because
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
if
so
you don't
worth it.
know, Naga's ult sleeps everybody except magic immune targets, obviously.
And Roche's magic immune.
So yeah, Roche, you can still damage Roche, and nobody else can do Jack, and it works out really nicely.
Mm-hmm. But so back to the main point. Whenever your team has time to set up a Roche attempt, there should always be a sentry down to make sure they have no vision of it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is the sentry? Does it go in the pit or does it go outside the pit?
It goes outside the pit.
Generally, you're gonna want to put it like smack dab in the middle of the water, and you're gonna want to check all the rune spots
Mm-hmm.
in the river. Even the one that's on top of like the little walkway up towards mid. You want to check that spot. Um,
Right.
and you also want to always have somebody outside the pit,
Mm-hmm.
normally a support, um, because if well, it's gonna sound horrible, but you're fodder.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they're there, you should be the first to die instead of the hard carry, especially since the hard carry is gonna be the one that's killing Roche anyways.
Yep.
So also making sure that you have that broad sentry view, so that if there is someone like a Ricky or a Clinks, you're not just going to be relying on the little sentry's minuscule vision. You're going to have a player vision as well.
Sentry vision
Okay.
without an observer ward is useless for the most part. Like, you need to have that extra vision because the range of a sentry ward is much bigger than you think.
Yeah.
Okay.
The range of the sentry is a little bit smaller than an obs ward. I mean,
Yep.
it is huge.
But it
just
doesn't.
straight up.
A lot of new players don't realize that just because when they put down the sentry ward, they go, "I can see nothing."
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a tiny little.
Yeah, but with an observer ward or with just general vision, you see a lot of invis stuff. Very useful.
Okay. I think this is a nice little segue to talk about a common point that a lot of support players have: sentry versus dust for an invisible heroes. That is probably one of the biggest talking points as far as what you should buy as a support.
For sure.
I have my opinion, which is both. It is
Yep.
highly situational. If you have a hero like a Clinks, for example, or somebody with a Shadow Blade who's going to use their invis as a escape mechanism, you're going to want dust. Dust is by like superior in every sense of the word. Um, but if they're going to be using their invisibility as a initiation method, i.e., a Nyx or a Ricky who's going to just stand on top of you, then what you're going to want is something like a Sentry.
For sure.
Having both is definitely sentries are by far more useful for team fights, while dust is better for picks. I mean,
Okay.
it's just kind of that's my 2 cents.
Another
I don't
thing
know
to
what
keep in
anybody else.
mind. Another thing to keep in mind is heroes that build naturally into diffusal, because you can purge away dust. You can't purge away a sentry. If
Yeah,
that makes
or
sense. And then
or Slark.
Yeah.
Slark, his Q gets rid of all debuffs, so he can just. So dust is pretty useless against a Slark player. So some
Okay.
heroes that build naturally into diffusal blade would be Phantom Lancer, a Ricky,
Ricky, Naga.
Naga. I've even seen Marana do it.
Yeah, Marana's situational at best.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
You kind
By
of
far.
you get the thing. Yeah.
But the good thing about Marana, if you're playing against a team that has a Marana, you need both because her ulti is so useful now, whereas it used to be terrible.
Yeah, it's a good initiation method. It's a good escape mechanism. So
And
as
it
I
actually
said
doesn't
before,
cost her much.
oh no, as
It
far
used
as
to-
mana cost compared to her other
It used
spells,
to be
it's
double,
cheap
right?
as all something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if the general rule of thumb is if you have somebody who's going to initiate on you, you're going to want sentries. If you have somebody who is going to run away from you with it, you're going to want dust.
Yeah, it's a good rule of
Okay.
thumb. So do you guys have any questions about specific support heroes that you guys have been playing a lot, or that you want to play, or that you don't know what the hell their point is?
Heroes? I don't know. I got a decent handle. I think I got a decent handle on the heroes that I play.
Yeah. What about the melee support heroes?
I
I-
generally don't
yeah.
pick the melee support guys. Like Tide, I don't really.
I think Tide, Earthshaker, Undying can be support. Sand King, Ogre Magi, Centaur,
Omni.
Omni Knight. Sven can be played as a support.
Isn't Ogre an intelligence guy?
Well, yeah, he's intelligence,
Oh,
but
but
he's
yeah, he's melee.
He's melee.
I think
he's
he's
support though.
the only. No, there's Darkseer.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the only two melee supports or melee intelligence heroes.
And I think Wisp is the only ranged strength hero.
Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Ogre's one of my favorite heroes to play. He's so much fun.
Ogre's fun, but like in lane, if you don't get kills, he's
Oh,
such a
he's useless.
you need to like cash in on your ogre,
Hmm.
ka-ching ka-chings. Otherwise, I mean, you're not gonna do anything with him as a support. Like he's piss poor if you don't get kills.
Hmm. No, for sure. He's so tanky though.
Oh, I like Jakiro more because Jakiro offers a little bit more utility.
Oh, for
If
sure.
you want to tank, if you
AOE.
want a tankier support, like I would definitely pick Jakiro over Ogre any day. Even though
Yeah, I
Ogre
like
has
using GKO.
Akira's fun.
potentially more damage output,
Hmm.
as well in two senses because he has rust spells and then he has bloodlust, which on a carry is just OP.
Ridiculous.
But have you ever seen a bloodlusted alacrity AM?
It's insane. My favorite
Yeah.
my favorite Skeleton King build is to try to break his animation.
Uh,
All right, so who do you guys like playing for support?
For support, I usually actually either go Venomancer or Lich.
Okay, so those are
But
both. That's a defensive and an offensive support.
yeah, but with like Venomancer, I usually find myself completely out of mana. Really
Mm-hmm. What is
quickly
your
because the war.
right? So you shouldn't be spamming wards until they're level 4.
When they're
As
cheap.
it's not that they're cheap; it's that it's not worth it. It's basically free gold for the enemy team because they don't have the
I,
HP.
yeah, early wards are just
They're
one-shottable.
terrible. They're
I
just not
mean,
worth it.
frankly, the build you should go with as Venomancer is maxing Gale and then ward secondary. Obviously, picking up your ult whenever you can. Your passive you might pick up one level of it before before level 6, but you really don't need it because you're not going to be right clicking too much.
Mm-hmm. I generally do Gale, Sting, Ward. I don't get my ulti until I've maxed wards. But
Yeah, I mean, in some
it
cases,
varies from
wards
player
is
to
definitely
player.
better.
And
Yeah.
it varies from situation to situation. But yeah, you shouldn't be spamming wards out until they're maxed out.
Okay.
Because as you said, you don't have the mana pool to sustain it,
Now,
which is one of the biggest drawbacks of agility carries, or agility supports, I should say.
yeah, like Bench is another example.
Yep,
She is
piss poor mana
hard
pool.
stun. Yeah, she has a great stun. She has a great like Howl is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Huge damage buff, and you combo with every one of her skills, and there goes literally almost her whole mana pool.
Yep.
So you need something, and I want to make a case for an item. Yules. Yules is an amazing
Yep.
item for almost any support. Tons
Mm-hmm.
of mana regen. It gives you a little bit more move speed for positioning. Because often with supports, you want to stay on the outskirts of team fights, being able to use as many spells as often as possible, getting in your right clicks when you can. But that's kind of your job, and Yules is just an amazing item for supports in general. I pick it up a lot when I'm playing a support that I don't need to get more higher tier items like mech or something like that. That's a little bit more team importance. So
Yeah, for sure.
When you have a Yules, who should you be, I guess, tornadoing? Whatever the term is.
um
Like who should be the person? Like their carry, or should it be their support?
It
Or
depends.
generally I don't even use it in the main team fight. If it's a huge 5-on-5 like immediate just jump on everybody fight, drop it on their carry or a key spell user. So someone
like a lion or something?
a lion, a Lena, somebody who can put
Mm-hmm.
out, or even somebody like a mag,
Mm-hmm.
somebody who's gonna just basically screw your team fight over, or their carry is generally your best target. If
Right.
it's not a huge fight, like say a 3-on-3 skirmish, save it and use it to like you kill somebody and then somebody's running away, bam. Now you just put
Yules.
a whole new reset on the fight, and you
Oh,
just
okay.
stun and then just jump on them.
Never Yules a Death Prophet after she has used her ulti unless you're playing her.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah. Death
Oh, just because your
Prophets,
ghosts will
it
go.
keeps going. Yeah. Also,
I
keep in mind, Yules removes most debuffs or most buffs.
yeah. So if you have some kind of negative buff, it's actually a really good tool
Mhm.
to use.
Oh,
But
like a self cast?
Yeah,
Oh.
you can self cast.
if you get open
Something that
wounds
I
or
would.
something, like Lifestealer uses open
Mhm.
wounds, Yules yourself.
Yeah.
So I mentioned before that Lich and Veno were a good example of defensive and offensive supports. Do you guys kind of get that? Why some supports are better for being aggressive and some are better for being defensive?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I
we
could see
generally do.
Veno definitely as like a defensive with like wards and stuff and
He's
popping
more.
in to slow
He's
people
more.
down.
See, he's more offensive.
Yeah,
Because of
Venom's
his alt?
offensive. Not his
Because
ult,
of it.
his
Because of
Gale.
Gale. It used to be the
I
best
mean,
level 1 spell in the game. It
I
got
mean, there's
nerfed,
a
but it's still great.
yeah, there's a reason. Like right now, we have Coddle PL is kind of the infamous dual lane of pain. Like before, it used to be Jug Veno.
Yep.
Just you used to be able to get galed and then kited with Jug Spin, and
Keep
you
in
would
mind,
die.
Gale is a 50% movement slow at level 1. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's a first blood ability. Um, CM is also pretty aggressive just because of that stun and nuke. Lena's
Yeah, she has
aggressive.
a yeah.
Jakiro can be aggressive. I think of him as more defensive. Rubik is aggressive. Disruptor's aggressive.
Rubik can swing either
Yeah,
way.
Rubik can swing either way.
Rubik is he's not really defensive or offensive. He's more punishing mistakes. Like if you are out of position, he will grab you and drag you back closer to the team.
Yep.
And then he will proceed to stomp all over your face with the rest of his team.
Earthshaker's pretty defensive. Omni Knight's pretty defensive.
Strengths in general are pretty defensive
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
just their lack of range is.
Yeah.
I don't like Omni Knight.
Omni Knight is
him.
one of those heroes that if he's so useful against certain teams, but
He's just horrible against
he's-
others. Like
he's countered so
useless.
easily. You can counter him with an
especially,
Orchid,
Like, yeah,
a Yule Scepter.
then he's
Oh,
done.
yeah.
Like if
like,
you have a Silencer
for
on
me-
your team, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Or a Death Prophet, or a Drow, or like any
Or
number.
somebody like
A Ricky.
a spell user that could use BKB but just generally won't buy the item because there's something more useful out there.
Mhm.
Repel. Done.
Yep.
Like
Yep,
OD
yep.
then. Because OD normally builds BKB if you go carry. But
All right, so let's. Do you guys have any more big questions? Or you guys want to jump into a game?
I have
Um,
one.
Shoot.
Just a quick one.
Shoot.
Remembering stuff is actually the one thing I have the most trouble doing. Like remembering to buy wards, remembering to stack a camp or pull it, or
Something we haven't talked about. Yeah.
or when Roshan comes up after 10 minutes. Like I don't remember 10 minutes later. Doesn't really pop
As you
up
get
in my head.
better, you just type it into all chat, or not into all chat, into team chat, and then
yeah,
just
into team
check.
chat. Yeah.
But
keep Roche timers, keep Aegis timers, so 6 minutes and 10-minute timers. They are very important for as you definitely move up in skill brackets. It's important to remember where the timer is because if you're gonna basically force a fight and your Aegis has 30 seconds left, you want to know that.
Yep,
I mean,
that
just
happened to me the
straight
other
up.
day.
I mean, you start a fight and then you're like, okay, I just have Aegis. Whoops, Aegis is gone.
The worst thing in the world is to start a fight and then 2 seconds before you die have the Aegis expire, and you didn't use your BKB, you didn't use anything because you thought you were coming back. That's a lost team fight.
Yeah,
It happened to me the other day. I was so
potentially
annoyed.
a lost game. I mean,
Yeah.
it is that big of a deal once you get later. So it is definitely important to keep that kind of stuff in mind.
It's just stuff that you know when you buy awards, observer awards. Well, you know they have a 6-minute cooldown, so at 5 minutes you should probably buy a new set to be
Right.
ready to place them at the 6-minute mark or right before, because you never really want to have no ward vision. So if the game's going decently normally, you know you just buy them ahead of time, then you have them.
Yeah, this is the way that I think about it. Supports, they don't have to worry about how they're going to counter a carry. They don't have to worry about how much farm they're getting. They don't have to worry too much about how much they're going to be getting kills. They need to be worried about ward placement, their positioning, and stuff like that. I mean, that's what you're kind of concerning your time with. You don't need to farm, so focus on support time stuff, supporty stuff, if that makes sense.
Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, but one last question. I think when you were going over the hard support versus just regular support, since hard support isn't going to spend money on extra items, what are they going to spend anything on? Are they going to buy items for the other teammates, or are they just not going to have the money?
Generally,
Typically,
you won't
you're
have
not
the
gonna
money.
have the money. Yeah, just straight up,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have it. You're gonna
If
be
you
buying
have,
sentries
if you get,
constantly to deward.
yeah.
You're gonna be buying obs. Like, it's a joke, but it's kind of true. You're going to be proud to have tier 2 boots by 20 minutes if
Yeah.
you are playing a true hard support role.
You are having a good
I mean,
game.
Wow.
If you've kept ward vision up the entire game, have tier 1 boots and a wand.
And
You've
have,
had a good
yeah,
game.
wand detection and like all that. I mean, you're not gonna have the money. It sounds horrible.
That's just the way it is at higher level
sometimes,
games.
but that's what it is. I
Yeah.
mean, if you do check out almost any professional level game, you're gonna see
There's
they
a
have
ward
nothing.
bitch. There's the ward bitch
Yeah.
in every game.
Yeah, you can tell. Like, every time you check their inventory, stick or wand, boots, sentries, and obs. That's all they have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in some cases, dust.
Or
Yeah.
smoke.
Smoke. Yeah, even a smoke too.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
do
but that's what
supports
they
by
s-
smoke?
Place
Yep.
you.
generally.
Yeah, supports by smoke. There's only a couple cases where I would think that a support win, like in Ursa going into Rosh, don't do that. Don't do that to your support. Like, you're doing that for yourself. You're gonna be getting solo XP. You're gonna be getting like
A lot of
anywhere
gold.
between 100 and 500 gold for the last hit. And then the 200 from your whole
Yep.
team getting it. So I mean, you're gonna be getting an easy 300 gold, 2 levels if it's the first rush, and an Aegis.
Yeah.
Don't be that big of a
By
dick.
your own. Oh, Snuffles is back, so he'll join us for our game. Hold on.
I gotta hop out for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah. No worries. All right, Snuffles is gonna hop in.
All right.
Who had a hop with
I actually
Sky?
haven't been playing support too often lately.
So the reason I wanted to cover support for new players, support makes you learn all of the fundamentals of Dota. In an exaggerated sense.
User joined
You
your
have,
channel.
hey Snuffles, how's it going?
Hello, sorry I'm late.
No worries, no worries. Support heroes generally have low HP. They have decent mana pools, but you still have to learn, when to use your spells. You have to learn positioning. You want to be able to get all of your spells off, usually once or at least once in a team fight, most of the time 2 or 3 times. So you're going to force yourself to do that. You're going to have to pay attention to the mini-map when you're going to ward. You're going to have to make sure that your carry's getting farm. Every time your carry's out of lane and you can get a couple of last hits, you have to take advantage of that. You usually have a shit attack animation. But you have to make sure you get those last hits when he's not there, because you're not going to get another chance to get them. So it just forces you to learn all of these skills that when you're playing carry, you're just going to glance at the mini-map and go, I don't have to worry about it that much. You're going to be really good at last hitting because you played a support like Lena, who has the worst attack animation in the game, and you just get it.
No.
CM,
wait.
yeah.
Zeus.
No,
Dude, between-
Not a
it's
support.
I'm pretty
Attack
sure that Lena and Crystal Maiden are like Zeus's children somehow, because they just have the worst attack animation ever.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
thunder
they're
gave
horrible.
birth to cold and fire.
I was gonna say, when you're stacking camps for your carry, should you be doing that all game? Like, should that be every single camp, or should it only be like the hard camps? Or
It depends.
That's
Yeah,
an
it
interesting
depends on your
question.
carry. If you're
It is a
gonna
great question.
somebody like an alchemist, for example. An
Stack
alchemist, you're
those
gonna
camps.
stack
Okay.
every freaking camp you can get your hands on. Stack it, even the small camps. Because I mean, for an alchemist, small camps, you're literally doubling his gold output. You
Mhm.
want
Yeah.
for alchemist, you want volume, not necessarily quality.
Yep.
You know,
If
like
you-
if you're dealing with somebody like an AM, he would much rather have something like ancient stacked or large camps, and then maybe medium camps, but
Yeah.
he probably wouldn't care at that point.
Right.
But
Battle
for
Fury-
alchemist, just everything.
Battle Fury heroes,
something to bear
stack
in-
the ancients.
Okay.
Or
Something
clean
to bear in
heroes.
mind,
Or,
a general rule
gyro.
of thumb, because you're kind of getting info bombed here, which I want to kind of avoid. Something to bear in mind early on is that stacking and pulling, just do the stack and pull camp. Get used to doing it
Mhm.
And staying in lane, and then getting the camp experience with your carries fine.
Yep.
Okay.
You'll find out who's gonna need to to stack ancients. And it's generally somebody who's got kind of some kind of AoE attack. Like Sven can cleave, Joe's got his sort of flat cannon that shoots everything nearby. These people can often stack it for themselves, but there'll be a couple of times where they don't have the item required to do it for themselves, and they'll need you to.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or another really good example is if you're going to have a carry that picks up a helm, convince them. I mean, in pub games it might be a bit hard, but if you're in a stack, convince them or tell them to give you control of their helm creep. You can do that in game. It is an option. And then you manually stack the camp for them with their creep. I mean, it's something small, but it's something that the carry does not have to worry about. They can focus on just getting lane creeps or their jungle creeps, and they don't have to worry about going off and stacking the ancient camp.
But again, this is like an information bomb. For the now, if you're not used to doing this sort of thing,
just practice.
Stack
The
the lane
easy,
camp,
yeah.
pull the lane, the one that's very closest to the jungle on the safe lane on either side. So it's top for Diamond, for Radiant, of course. So stack it once, pull it into the lane's going to come rushing back your way so the carry can farm it under the tower, and then do that every 2 minutes.
And one more, not to info bomb, because I don't think we've been info bombing too much, but like now that we're wrapping up the questions, you're going to get a little more info. When you do stack and pull, deny the creeps that you pulled, and it's just one of those things. Also, don't single pull unless you're trying to push the lane. Another info bomb for you.
That's a good one to know.
Yeah. Single pulling pushes.
That a couple times.
But sometimes single pulling can be useful for your lane.
Yes.
Obviously, if you do want to put in a big push, single pull, please do it.
All right, we're just waiting for Sky Op to get back, and then we'll do a game, and we'll do a bot game, and what we'll do is, since there's only 2 of you right now, we'll have like myself, Admiral, or Admiral Snuffles, or Lemon, playing carries, and we'll just dual lane it, 2-on-2, and have Migglypuff and Sky Up play supports in each lane. And before we start the game, we'll point out the ward spots that we were talking about, and in game we'll just kind of focus on everything we've been saying for sure, but also positioning is a big thing that you want to get used to. And we're not going to do it.
I was told about positioning, especially when playing a support. I don't know how much forms and Lemon have covered with you here, but a well-positioned support should be in a place where they're able to deny if they need to, harass if they need to, and land a counter stun or anything that's going to stop them killing a carry if you have to. If you're too far away to do that, you're out of position. If you're too close that they can also do the same to you, you're out of position. So there's that kind of middle ground.
Okay.
One of the best things I ever heard is, if you're not sure why you're standing someplace, you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah. That's cool.
If you're walking around without a purpose, if you're standing in the middle of nowhere and you're going, I don't know what to do next, you're in the wrong spot.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, if you're gonna leave your lane with a purpose. Like, okay, I'm leaving you because I'm going mid to try to get a kill.
Yeah, this is actually a really great point by Thor, and this is something a lot of players, even 300 wins, 500 do a lot that really annoys me. That they'll basically just kind of mull around, and they won't have a plan for the game. So it would be like, okay, so we're gonna have a team fight bot now if we can, and then we're gonna push top while they're not expecting it, or something like that. At least it might not be a good plan, but at least you've got a plan, so you can adapt it.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, you should have some kind of basis on what you're doing. If you don't, if you're just walking around, like, it's like, oh, bot lane has a carry in there, I don't need farm. Like, he can be by himself. Don't go there. Go do something useful. You don't have to. That's something else. Like, supports always try to suffocate the carries sometimes. Once laning breaks down, give them some room and farm. Like, if they have a tower nearby, be relatively safe. If not, that's kind of up to them to be determining how safe they are. You don't need to suffocate them and let them fall behind compared to another carry who's going to be getting this safe and solo experience.
And that's a really good point.
When you're generally the support is zoning out the other carry, I guess, while in lane, right?
That's an interesting point. If you can, yeah, absolutely, if you can. But it's not. That's how to put this. That's a very extreme example of a support doing extremely well. If you're able to zone out the other person in the lane from getting any experience whatsoever, you're playing perfectly. If you're laning on a kind of average, you'll be going very tit for tat. You'll be going in to try and push them back, and they'll be doing the same for you. So you'll kind of just knock heads a bit.
Yeah.
But that really depends on the lanes you're after. Like, for example, it's a lot easier to zone people if you are a ranged person, because of course, and they're melee. Because of course
Yeah.
they have to run up to hit you. You can just constantly smack them down.
My only issue when I do that is like when you right click the enemy hero, like all the creeps aggro you, and then you gotta like attack click one of yours really quickly. I'm really bad at that.
This is
Okay,
a
And then we
pit-
always
this
end
is we're all gonna speak at once, so go ahead, guys.
Take turns. Go, Lemon. You jumped up.
Okay. So this is the biggest thing that I have to say to any player, not just a support player. Turn on right-click deny. Turn it on, and then you don't have to worry about attack clicking your own creep. Just click your own creep. It is the biggest time saver if you are fumbling around with your hotkeys or it's in a really obscure place as far as your hotkeys because you don't use it a lot. Turn on right-click deny. It saves so much time. So the only point when you really have to use the attack button is when you are either denying a tower or denying a hero. That is the only time.
Okay.
how do you turn it on? That what?
Okay. It's a little complicated. It's a console command.
Oh, okay.
We'll
So you
post
have-
about it in the forums. I actually don't keep
Yeah.
it turned on, but the
Uh,
easiest way
I-
to avoid aggroing the creep wave, positioning.
Yeah.
Yep.
If
That's
if
the easiest way to do it.
if you're next to the creep wave and right clicking their hero, you're gonna take a ton of damage. If you swing around behind them or to the side of them, you're not gonna take anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really
Now,
good.
And there are
if you
some
attack once though.
Hang
then
on, Lemon. Let's
you are-
just go in order
okay.
here. Hang on.
Yeah.
And-
I was just going to elaborate
ahead,
on what Form was already saying. So, like, if you look in TeamSpeak, I imagine that's kind of like the line of scrimmage you get in your American football. If you're on the enemy side of that, and this is exactly what Form was saying, if you're on the enemy side of that, behind their lines, and you tell them to right-click on an enemy, they immediately jump on you. Exactly like Form said position. But if you're on the correct side of that, you're ranged, you're hitting over them, it'll take a lot longer for the enemies to run round your creeps and get to you. The other thing you can do is a lot of newer players, they'll see, oh, I need to harass this person now. They'll just randomly right-click and then just keep following them. And of course, all the creeps jump on you. What you can do is just click, move around the creeps, then start hitting them. It buys you loads more time with which to not get hit by the creeps where you can be harassing them.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good point. And there
Yeah.
are some hero, and so just two very quick points. There are some support heroes that are better at harassing than others. Venomancer is an example of a hero that is great at harassing, just because that poison touch is going to give guaranteed damage after that initial hit.
Mhm.
Whereas, as we mentioned, melee heroes aren't great. Another thing is, if you are a ranged support hero against a melee hero on the other team, you should be able to get 2 hits in for every last hit they get. And if it's ranged, you should be able to get 1. That's a little bit advanced, but it's something to keep in mind that every time they go for a last hit, you should be able to get at least 1 hit on the enemy team. For
Okay.
free.
So just usually, if you're gonna harass them, do it when they're going in for a last hit,
It's the easiest time to do it.
because they're okay.
If you're not sure, then yeah.
And you know, like I said when we started, we wanted to focus on supporting it first because for the first 15 minutes of the game, you control the game as a support player.
Yep.
You are the strong hero.
Well, not only that, but I mean, I'm a firm believer that it supports. Especially
Supports
the
win
opening
games.
stages, yeah, they do. They shape the game, and they decide who farms and who doesn't. They decide who ganks because they have the strongest abilities and who doesn't. So they'll shape who wins in the end.
You don't have any wards up and you lose mid lane because of it. Support made a mistake. They didn't put wards up.
Yeah, you think about how much of the game is decided from laning. Laning is by far the most important stage of the game, and it can be the first 5 minutes, it can be the first 15 minutes, depending on how long it takes for the lanes to break down. But during that phase, supports just completely rule. It is their job to protect carries. It is their job to help out mid occasionally with ganks, but that's a little bit more advanced. I mean, it's their job to be secure and help their team be safe. And if that goes well, you're going to get good farm. You get good farm, your mid game's going to be a breeze. And then if it makes it to a late game, that'll be a breeze. And I mean, that's just kind of how the game ends up working out.
Very fair.
I mean, like some really great points by Lemon there. If there's anything you take away from this, and I don't know what's been discussed, I'm guessing there's been good ward placement. They're gonna show you that. But as playing support, your biggest jobs are to keep your carry safe, make sure he gets farm, make sure your team has vision. Those three things are going to encompass it.
Okay.
I mean, there's all these little intricate tricks about like how to pull, how to harass, and how if it comes down to the end of the day, you know, your carry's fat, he's farmed, he's going to kill people, then you kind of win.
Yep, and that's essentially what we've been trying to get across. All right, so is Skyop back? Yes,
Yeah,
he is. Okay. Can Skyop and Lemon type in the Dotanoobs chat? Okay, I found Lemon. Can someone suggest Sky? Yeah, go smoke.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go.
We got a couple minutes.
One other question, kind of regarding the ward stuff.
Shoot.
At the start of the game, you usually ward one. Do you ward both runes, or do you just do one and then assume if it's not at the one, it's at the other?
Man, that is one of the eternal questions of Dota.
Can depend.
It depends on who's mid, really.
Yeah. That's. I mean, if they have a good ganker, you definitely want to be safe and do both. But I mean, if they don't, and they maybe have something like tiny mid, who's highly dependent on rune, like what he gets as far as rune to be a successful ganker. I mean, one should suffice. I mean, and you think about it, if they have one rune and you see, okay, you warded bot, rune is top, you know, okay, careful top, he has rune, whatever it is. So, I mean, it could be anything. And, I mean, it's a little bad because you're just passing the buck, but sometimes, I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Sometimes it's better to just save that ward.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, so if there's like a pudge mid or something, then it'd be better to do both.
Kind of.
I just assume Pudge is a good ganker, because I always seem to run into troubles with him.
He can be.
Yeah. He is a skill shot ganker. Like a Quap is a good example of a good ganker. She is
Queen of Pain.
very easy to gank with. Yeah. Queen of Pain is a very good ganker. She blinks in, screams, shadow strikes, and then if she has her ult, she'll use her ult. Gank done. Pudge, if he misses hook,
Gank's over.
Go back to lane.
For the most part.
So, yeah. So Pudge is kind of a toss-up.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep talking until Snuffles gets back from his cigarette. Fucking British. I'll smoke. Yeah. So, like I said, this game we're gonna run a 2-1-2 against, I guess, medium bots is what I'll go with.
Sure.
I won't do I won't do unfair. So you guys are gonna pick support heroes, and we'll pick around you.
Okay.
There are some supports that are better when you first start playing than others. I would recommend stuff that doesn't require a skill shot. Like Lina requires a skill shot stun. Lion's a good pick. Witch Doctor's decent. Lich is decent. Dazzle is okay. Shadow Shaman is one I played a lot when I first started. And Veno and Venge are always good.
So much fun.
Shadow Shaman is a lot of fun. Disruptor is also someone who is easy to play, but very hard to be fantastic with.
Yeah, he's very easy to play, but hard to execute, I think is what you're trying to get at.
So,
like, yeah.
Pick people with stuns or heals or something like that, and we'll pick around and give reasons why we're picking what we picked based on what you guys got.
Yeah. A hard stun is probably the best thing you can really pick up, or in a Veno's case, godly slow. Like, those are two of the best things that you can pick up as a support as far as skills.
There he is. All right, so Snuffles, just to theme, we're gonna let Migglypuff and Skyup kind of pick supports that they want. Generally, someone with a hard stun that's not a skill shot, and we're gonna pick around them and give reasons why we're picking who we're picking around them.
Who's gonna run mid?
Doesn't really matter.
No.
We're gonna play. It's not really a point to win the game. We're gonna play against medium bots. We'll start on the Radiant side. It's going to go into the game.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Would Mikiro's ice path is that considered a skill shot?
Yes.
It
Um,
is.
It's
Anything
a very
that's-
easy skill shot.
Anything that's not
Um,
targeted is a skill shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Jakiro over everybody, it's probably one of the easier ones.
Now.
hit. Well, I mean, even after they nerfed him like crazy, he's still pretty.
Well, I'm
easy.
saying, I'm thinking pre 6.75.
Oh God.
What was he like before?
His stun it was like a less level delay.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
really
bad.
okay.
Like Leshrac, that is a real skill shot. Like,
Yep.
His split earth. That thing takes forever.
yeah,
Right. Right.
no
Okay.
clue with his
Well-
ungodly stun timer why Lesh got nerfed from Edict.
What I'm
Well,
going to say
it's
here is because Fallen and Lemon have been here the whole time. I've literally just dropped 10. I'm going to let you two lane the side lanes with them because you know what you're looking for,
Yeah. That works.
and I'll
Yeah,
snag
sure,
them there.
that's fine.
Crack your knuckles and get
All
comfortable.
right.
Mid.
Pick any of these fellas.
Scott, do you know who you're gonna pick? here?
I was thinking Venomancer.
Okay.
Zeus.
I might go see him then.
Okay.
Seems like a
Or
call.
Yukiro.
That's fine.
I like Yukiro, but I don't
Either
know.
or.
Get a reliable stun.
Either or is
Whichever
fine.
you prefer.
Who do I feel like playing?
Fallen, who you gonna go with, Skyup or Migley?
I'll go with Migley. I'll let you go with Skyup.
10 seconds to go.
I guess that means it's time for the old stereotype lane.
5 seconds.
Who do I feel
like
like playing?
Fella knows his way
Oh, I
around.
kinda wanna
Play
pick
it
Ricky.
alright.
I'm gonna pick a hero I want to work on. I'm not very good with.
So in the case of Crystal Maiden here, she
Everybody
has two
get set.
disables. Which one's better for starting
Level
the game?
1, I'd usually grab her. It depends. Since we're gonna be since there's gonna be two of us, I'd grab her stun.
Stun?
Frostbite's more
And
reliable.
just as a tip, just kind of hold off. As a support player, hold off on your skill.
Dragon Knight.
I mean,
Never trust a
It's
man
just
who
kind of
can
something.
turn
As
into a
an
monster.
hero, really, hold off on your skilling, because it really could make a big difference.
Something to bear in mind: if every player in your lane, every hero in your lane is clashing, you should be using something at least.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
say they're trying to kill Juggernaut, you should be galing something.
All right, let's look at items. So we got a courier. Whoever did not buy the courier, please buy wards.
Yeah.
30
I bought-
seconds to showtime.
I bought
Maybe
the courier.
Yeah.
And you got communicate. Like say, hey, I got courier, grab wards.
Yeah.
You guys should be talking the entire game.
Okay.
Being
Okay.
quiet is the worst way to play Dota. Okay,
Okay.
so we got wards on Skyup. Okay,
Yeah.
let's pause really fast and talk about ward placement because this is something he asked us about before. You also only have one set of tangos, so you want to grab a salve. I'd say 1 or 2 clarities and then GG branches.
Some branches.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 branches.
The big thing that when you're starting out, you want to try to avoid having empty item slots. In the beginning of the game.
If you look at me, I've got Salve, Tango, Stout Shield because I'm melee, and 3 branches. I could have bought a Slippers of Agility, and get that much closer to my poor man's, but I'm not going to, because this way I have the same stats, the same agility stat, but I have more strength and more int, which on Juggernaut I've been in a situation where I have
Everyone
not had
has.
enough, where I have not had enough mana to cast my level 2 ult,
Mhm.
like a full mana pool.
Yeah.
Which
So
is horribly pathetic.
let's talk about ward spots. So I think what you were mentioning when you like warding, you usually generally go there and probably there. Two
Yeah.
marked spots, right?
Yeah, somewhere near there. Yeah.
So those totally show runes. The better spot for the bot lane is right there,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shell.
that's generally where I ward.
right on that ledge, because it
this
shows,
Full area, you see
That's
that
a great.
when that's warded.
and you also see the rune. You also see the
Okay,
rune.
So, talking from a defensive standpoint, so if you were like a long lane wind runner, that spot that was just pointed out, or right here by this tree, if I could ping.
I hear you right, and there it is.
There
Okay.
it is. No, but right there, by that tree, those are the two most common defensive ward spots for Dire. For offensive, if you go up to the Dire jungle, again, by the magic tree,
The magic tree.
there. Well, I mean, trees, if you think about it, trees are actually really good location marks for a lot of wards. But right up by this tree in the middle of the walkway, it's a good offensive spot for if you are offensively warding or on Radiant, or it's a good defensive ward if you are maybe a solo top. So
Okay, Lemon, I think it's going to help a little bit more to learn by doing here.
Yep.
Um,
We pointed out the
we should
basics.
probably-
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Generally,
so
I mean, to keep it short and simple, when you're warding, you want to catch people who are coming to gank your lane, and hopefully the runes at the same time. General rule of thumb.
as much vision as
Okay.
possible. All right, so let's
as
go.
much useful vision as
Yes,
possible.
there you go.
Make that clear.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
let's go.
By
Should I
my
level up
blade.
any skills now, or just does like you were saying?
Gale.
and
Venno,
wait to see?
Venno, always go Gale.
Yeah, Gale,
Okay.
Gale's a gimme. So yeah.
You want a few more items there, Sky.
And they're
Oh yeah,
off.
well, I wasn't paying attention.
Just run to lane, send the courier out to you, it's easier.
Okay.
On your
You don't miss
guard.
out some XP.
Swiftly.
Oh, are you blocking? Okay.
I'll block it.
You'll be going bot lane.
Who
Yeah.
calls the Dragon Knight? I need
right,
no
let it go.
steed.
The range creep is first, so the lane will push to us.
It's not worth blocking
Dragon
the
to the
bot
fray.
lane either.
Mhm.
If you're safe lane.
Because yeah, if you pull it too close to your tower, then
The dragon
Yeah,
waits.
especially as a jug, I'm not going to be able to CS at all.
You should never block the safe lane.
You'll need no
oh,
guard
her attack
where you
animation's
go.
so slow. I forgot.
Mhm.
Yes.
I have to do it like a full 3 seconds before I intend to actually.
Yes. Dragon Eye.
Should I be getting the stun now then, or just
Yeah.
gonna wait?
Yeah, but just don't use it.
I need no steed.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Compelled to battle. No. The dragon waits.
Getting the deny timer.
Venno, you're okay just putting one ward down.
By the
Oh,
honor
okay.
of the ancients,
You want to get some experience in that.
I
I think you
soar
carried it.
higher.
Right.
Getting the deny timing down will help you with last hitting as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
the
we're
thing
good.
with the runes, as long as I can see where one of them is, I can deduce where the
Who
other one is.
calls the dragon knight?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I always hear about like staying in the woods when
Forward.
you're harassing. Is that something I should be?
It helps.
Yeah,
Just do what
yes.
feels comfortable to start with. You don't want to get too into it yet. Just you'll figure out with that what's going
Of
to work and what
course.
isn't.
How
Oh,
about
okay,
this
so
down
maybe.
for armor?
We're winning this lane.
Onward.
Oh yeah, it's just keep forgetting how brutal her attack animation is.
Dragon to the fray.
By keeping the lane pushed on them, we are winning.
Yes.
Ah,
Swiftly.
Okay, so
Compelled to battle.
oh god damn it.
all right, no, we're fine.
Dragon to the fray.
I haven't missed the last hit. You're doing fine.
I'm just upset at myself for not.
No,
getting
no,
those
you're fine.
denies.
You're fine. It takes getting used to.
Forward.
That's fine.
Alright.
There's no need to rebut there.
Yes.
He wasted mana. Earthshaker only has enough mana for one stun.
Yeah, his mana pool is
Onward.
minimal.
He did.
So.
Oh, is it that?
Yeah. So get back here. Get back. You're in a bad position.
The
Okay.
dragon
Oh,
waits.
okay.
You were surrounded by enemy creeps, and there was a drow there.
By
Oh yeah,
my
she has the
blade.
Okay.
arrows.
I just leveled up again. What should I be looking for?
Touch.
The wards. Okay.
Touch.
So I was thinking.
No
Something that does
way.
damage without
Attack.
using mana.
In
Right.
strength is victory.
Getting the hang of this.
Steel wins battles. Gold
That's fine.
wins
Don't worry about it.
wars.
Oh, just
Yes.
harass him a little bit.
It's not worth it. Because you're only level
I
3,
need
right?
no steed.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
a
I
level.
figured that-
Yeah, level
Wait.
level 1 abilities generally not worth it.
Of course.
Okay.
They just don't do any
Mhm.
damage, and they cost. I had 2 points in Dragon's Breath.
Yes. Dragon charge.
Like they're wasting all of their regen. He has enough for Earthshaker has enough for a stun now.
Okay.
Something to keep
So
an eye on.
that's actually one
Yes.
thing I'm really bad at is checking the other heroes while you're like laning against them. Like what their
It
items
takes
are.
getting used to, for sure.
I feel like I should
By
play more
my
StarCraft.
blade.
StarCraft helps.
Someone upgrade the courier.
Dragon to the fray.
Yeah, I can do that.
User joined
Denied.
your channel.
Who calls the Dragon Knight?
Yeah, I've got a question. How many of my own ribs do I have to
The
remove
dragon
to suck
waits.
my own dick?
3. I've
Oh,
tested this.
Okay then.
Oh, you tested it. That's
That's
interesting.
lovely.
Swiftly.
I'm stealing the courier. I got my soul ring up.
I need no steam.
Vulture. Poop in the Ziploc bag.
First, you must poop into
Compelled.
the ziploc bag.
Baggy.
All right. So hang back a bit.
Forward.
We're gonna try and kill the drow in a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Dragon
So,
to the fray.
once she. Okay. So you walk over there.
Yes.
Walk behind. There you go. And walk over here.
And stunner?
Just wait for it.
Compelled to battle.
Tower's coming apart.
Onward.
Not yet. She got back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know when.
By
Your mid
my
tower ain't
blade.
doing too
No, it wasn't your fault. She just fell back.
Yes.
I'm
It's
gonna
a
whittle.
bot.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it like that. It is a bot. Like they are
I need no steam.
unrealistic.
Yeah. So just
Think
watch.
like a computer.
like I'm pretty sure.
that.
She still has
Dealing
4
with-
tangos left versus Earthshaker, who has no clarities. So he has to waste a stun to save her.
Of course.
And by waste, I mean he has to use his mana pool to save her.
Okay.
Swiftly.
I'm just harassing.
Okay.
See,
Because
okay,
I have
he was
my
out of- okay, he was out of-
regen
Yeah.
passive,
Get
right? So I feel
get
like
your
I should
nukes.
spend
Get your
my
nukes.
skills.
Get your nukes.
Dragon middle is
Much.
missing.
Your nukes are much better. I have a soul ring. I don't need
The dragon
Frozen
waits.
out.
your aura. Get your aura away from me.
Sorry.
Okay. See,
Oh,
they were
right.
just super aggressive.
Yes.
Silenced.
You're fine.
Onward.
Okay, Scott, we can go for
Just
a
run.
kill. It'll be a little hard because
Yeah.
he's tanky. So if you want to
By
go for a kill,
my
you can.
blade.
Okay. You wanna just go for it? I could.
Slow or
I'm
something?
gonna head top. Do you want me to sniper?
We can.
Got her.
There you go.
Missing top.
I did not know you
It's
were
okay.
doing
The
that
bots
thing
are
so long.
stupid, and
Less
they're not going to
deserving
be
of death.
super worried about it. As long as
I
you have mana
need
for
no
another stun,
steam.
you should be fine.
Yeah, I do right now.
Or
Over here.
slow. Okay. Wait.
She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone.
Okay. I was just trying to not die.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You played that very well. Use yourself. Don't waste. You're very low. Don't waste your.
Myself?
Yeah. Don't waste your tangos. You're very low.
Oh. Well,
Compelled to battle. Forward.
Whenever you're
I
that
don't know
low,
when to use tangos and when to use the salve in that
I
situation.
need no steam.
you were low. Tangos give you 90. Salve gives you a lot more. Use the salve. All right. I'm gonna go buy stuff.
Just use the salve to like, or sorry, use tangos to top up. Use salve.
Pretty
to-
much.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's,
Okay. That was a. See how defensive he played there? Because she was super low. We could have killed her.
Okay.
Not your fault.
I'd probably kill her now if I
Scott,
go
next
around
time
and
he
stun
comes
her.
up to the creep win slow.
Couldn't we?
Alright.
We can't really dive it.
Even.
Of course.
Oh, wait, never mind. Windrunner's back. Up. Hold on. Back.
We don't want to dive here. We just want to play safe. We're doing
Who
fine.
calls the Dragon Knight?
Sven. Just a general tip. Sven goes big and red. You run.
950.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dragon to the fray.
Now we can kill her if she comes forward. If you stun her, she's dead.
The dragon.
But don't go out of position to do it. Don't go past there.
I will. I'll make sure
Sky, if
she's
I'm gonna
in
get,
position.
I'm gonna get my items from my.
All right. I'm level 6.
Yes.
As am I.
Yep. I'm gonna go finish my treads in a sec. Nice job.
Compelled
So
to
we can dive next creep wave.
Okay.
Or if
Scrap,
she's
I'm gonna grab my
just
items
pay attention.
from-
Pay attention to where I am.
Scrap, I'm
Okay.
gonna grab my items, so now you can.
We're gonna go on drow in about
Get your
3
stuff.
seconds.
Okay.
Of course.
3. I just want to get my soul ring off cooldown.
Thanks.
Try to remember not to just auto the
See?
creep wave, especially with
Very easy.
Right.
as a passive.
But now we're gonna push.
Okay.
Soon, you will. By the honor of the ancients.
Ah.
Don't dive. Don't dive. We're fine. We're fine.
Forward.
Missing top.
Oh, Drow's back.
That's fine.
Yes.
We just got to kill, forced him out of lane. We just did a lot there for very little. That cost me nothing.
Just some mana.
Yeah. But I have a soul ring, and we have your aura,
Whoops,
so...
wrong button.
Okay, we can dive this again now. Because we have the creep wave.
Okay.
I'm actually going to put some hits
Go
on
spam,
tower.
go on spam.
She's playing safe.
Swiftly.
Just like that.
Missing top.
Alright, just got my ulti.
Alright, back off. Back.
By my blade.
That was perfect. Very well played.
Suddenly, jug combo, no blue bar.
Dragon to
I'm
the
going to go armlet, I think.
On DK?
Armlet
Yeah.
DK?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
The dragon wakes.
Windrunner just went into the set.
Just run. You're fine. Throw a stun if you have to.
Your mid tower right about now.
Oh, throw a stun on someone. Throw a stun.
Under my tower.
Yeah, throw a stun.
Sky, if you ever see something, just harass him. No, not necessarily spell harass, but just
Okay.
punch. I mean,
Good job. Nice
lane
TP.
is punched and they're moving
Got
past
your
our
back.
wave.
There it is! There it is!
Onward.
Alright, let's get a bunch of
I'm
kills.
fine, I'm fine.
Rose. Wonder.
Can you buy awards in the side shop?
You cannot.
No.
But we do need wards up.
Ah.
It's-
Yeah, I have one right now.
Okay, go place it.
Swiftly.
Okay.
I'm buying wards next, so
A lot of...
I just need
Yes.
Does the support ever jack the courier? Is that okay? Do people get mad if you do that?
You can.
Yes.
If you need to,
You
take
can.
it.
Somebody's on a roll.
Just yield. That's kind of the best way to put it.
Get ready. We're gonna go on whoever comes.
Okay.
I'm under attack.
I did see a ward at the bottom.
Dragon out.
Just, I didn't see which one it was though.
Requesting
Ow,
reinforcements.
ow, bad idea.
Yeah, I might die.
Oh, you're gonna die.
I'm okay.
I'm heading bot.
Oh, you're so close.
One jug, run!
Dragon to the front.
Run away!
He's gonna
50
kill you.
HP! You got nothing.
Phase
You got
boots.
boots, right?
First no boots. Phase boots every time.
Might want to check your
Bottom
bottom
is
tower.
Which tier 2 boots should I build as far as...
You need arcanes.
Yeah,
Arcane.
arcanes. Especially as
Crystal
Oh,
Maiden,
tower
you need
is the right
tranquils,
spot.
more than arcanes.
That's 4 in
Okay.
a row.
Should I go
Yes.
for a bracer before I finish with my boots, though?
It depends.
Mm,
I don't think so, but you can.
yeah. You can, it's just you don't really need
Who
to.
calls
Right.
the dragon knight?
So I should go boots first. Always
So we
boots
need to play a
first.
little safe here.
Mobility 9 times out of 10 is going to save you a bit of extra output.
Dragon's gold.
Yeah.
I almost have my arm
Should
away.
I ward their jungle?
Why?
Mid-
Mid tower's in a bit of a
Putting a
bind.
ward there wouldn't be bad, but putting it there, or there is better.
Yes.
Play safe, by the way.
Yeah, I'll go into the river after our creep wave comes. And put it.
The
I
dragon
will be back.
I'm more than fine.
Okay. So
They
what,
might-
say right there?
They
5 in a row.
Nice.
2 down.
Nice.
I got your back.
Should I put it on their cliff or our cliff?
Personally,
by my blade.
I think that one's kind of useless. I like this one better.
Okay, I'll put it there.
I also really like that by the Ancients, but that's a pretty common word spot.
Yeah.
Which just means it's
Of
good.
course.
Okay, so I have an extra ward now. Should I just save it or use it as
Compelled
sap?
to battle.
Save it for right now. I'm gonna pop ulti in a second, so we can kill the
Who
Earthshaker.
calls the dragon?
So if Crystal Maiden, now you want to be aggressive. Go up and stun him. If he's up like that,
Like that?
Dragon to the front.
Oh shit, yeah.
very nice.
That's 4 in a row.
Hey, I got mana for both.
Yeah, yep. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Now we
got
want
way
to. Now
too
we want to
greedy.
push this.
Yeah.
Skype, I just want to let you know that that was completely not your fault. I was just
Oh, okay.
completely way too greedy with how much XP I wanted to get.
I almost have armlet.
Good stuff.
We're gonna get this tower very easily. Ah, I didn't get the last
The
hit.
other fellas touched
Okay, so now,
accident.
so CM, now you want to roam a bit.
Slow wind runner. Hit her with Gale.
You want me to
Hello,
what?
Well, after we kill this, roam.
Oh.
Ah, he's dead.
I didn't want to take that.
All right, you can roam because I'm perfectly safe. They cannot kill me here.
I need no
Okay.
DK is really tanky. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
fine, okay.
I'll go
that's
TP
okay.
mid then, and
Done.
Thank you.
because no one's
Yeah,
mid. Is that like a good idea?
Yes.
The dragon wait.
I mean,
Just try to spread the XP.
Enjoy your last moments.
If
Yeah,
nobody's
that's-
mid, the farm.
Yeah, that's how I try and think of it.
ah,
So, that's farm.
Powers abounding.
a better idea for Crystal Maiden is go someplace to get kills because we have fine levels up here.
It's not good.
By my blade.
I couldn't reach him with it.
Yeah, generally if you're not
It's good.
babysitting,
It's good.
a carrying lane or supporting, the good thing is to be like hunting the other lanes, trying to look for kills. You can gang up on people.
Okay.
So you getting some XP mid isn't the worst thing if no one's there, but there are better things you could be doing. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
That makes total sense.
Compelled.
I mean, I'm spending very little time in lane, just running back and forth, killing things.
Okay. Oh yeah, you
calls
just
the
run to and from.
I mean, like kills can give you much better levels than lane can if you can get them.
With all.
Did I not kill her? Damn it.
Of course.
I messed that up.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go bottom. Help you guys.
That is a good call.
Yes. Very good call.
Earthshaker's here. Back.
Okay.
Nice slow.
I'm gonna stun Wind Runner.
I think we're gonna go Mjolnir build.
Oh,
Okay.
There's
three top.
three here. God, careful.
No one's top, so Drow might be there. Or actually force straddle lane,
Yeah.
I don't know where she is.
Mid's
Blow
gonna
this
walk
idiot.
Mid's coming forward.
oh,
yourself.
Sven's down here.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm not too
God.
worried about
This
it.
is bad on my part. Woo, run.
Woo!
Swiftly.
Yeah, she's playing aggressive.
That was,
There we go.
kind of dumb.
I need no steam.
And I'm
Do
out.
that.
Missing
I'm out.
bottom.
We can have that person. Oh yeah, my veil's nearly here.
Yes.
Yep, silenced. Oh no. I'm
Oh,
fine.
I'm so
Yes.
dead.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
Why not?
fine. Oh, you have a veil already? Jesus. Coming.
Lingering. 9 in a row.
Aw.
2 down.
I'll knock your skull.
Take that.
Give me some mana.
Our shields shall clash.
You dick.
Yeah. Mid went pretty okay for me.
We cross.
You dick! So Snuffles is being a bit of a cock up top and taking my farm.
I'm the best support. The best.
Okay, so now that there's 3 people top, so CM, what are you doing mid?
I am just kind of getting some experience.
Okay,
Is that a bad thing?
there are 3 people top.
Yeah, I'm roaming top.
Do you have a TP scroll?
No.
Why?
I
Why?
Yes.
just have enough money now. I used it.
Oh, four
earlier.
top, four top.
4 top.
Well, oh, I'm so
Who
fucked. Yeah.
calls?
No, you're
You
fine,
did
bro.
TP.
Oh, she didn't slow me. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh. What up?
20 in a row. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you know this is gonna hurt. Ah, it's gonna hurt a lot.
7 in a row. 2 down.
Okay, I'm gonna stun Necrolite.
Stun somebody.
Someone. Done somebody?
Yeah.
Look, I said
Guys,
I
they're all
lost
top.
count.
Let's push this a little bit.
Okay.
I got her. You got her.
That was really
No,
bad.
dude, it's fine. It's
always
fine.
crystal clear.
Got my maelstrom.
Oh, Earthshaker.
I was pressed the wrong button.
What up, homie?
I can.
The dragon.
Oh, I need mana.
Do we
I would
push top over here?
Love mana.
The other fella
Mana me!
tower. Nothing
In
but
10 seconds.
fragments
Did
now.
you really go Soul Ring too?
Yep.
Soul Ring Zeus OP. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
If
This is my pub stomp build. It actually really works.
It does. Like Soul Ring.
Is it
Zeus
better than when we did Coddle Zeus against that anti-mage?
No, nothing will ever beat that for me. Like Zeus is like just about my favorite hero. So
Get into the fray.
I fucking love this guy.
Forward.
Oh, last hit. Nope. A little
The
early.
other fella's
Okay,
tower
so
won't
I have
be
an extra
making
ward.
take
Would
him?
be a
Go
good
take
idea
him.
to
He's
pull one
alone.
right around.
There's
somewhere?
probably 2 or 3. Let me get my Maelstrom.
My blade.
And I'm kind of low on HP. Okay, so my question is, Migglypuff, you need to get whatever you had coming to you,
Compelled to battle.
ASAP. You don't have a TP. Veno, what are you doing?
I am not sure to be
Let's
honest.
pause. Let's pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
It's
about
been a
to
bit of
go
a fast-paced game.
quiet.
So look where you are.
Okay.
Who is near you?
Just look how far up you are as far as positioning.
Right. Who is near you? Right
Okay. No one.
now? Okay.
Another good
Well,
way to
there's-
think about this is if somebody suddenly appeared out of anywhere you
What's with
can't
all the
see, like
scribbling?
here or
That
here,
whole area just
or
circled.
here, what would you do?
I'd be screwed.
Yep.
Right.
You don't have a TP
Yep.
scroll, for one, which is not great. 2, I'm looking at your skill build. You're maxing Gale. You have 3 in Poison Touch, right? You have those Arcane boots. You generally go Arcanes when you're going to be spamming those wards, so you want to max those first.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, that
You-
does.
You could have replaced all those poison touch levels by maxing your Gale, and then putting the extra point into your wards.
Mhm.
I see a lot of newer players. They try to balance. Don't balance. Balance is horrible.
Mhm.
Almost every skill at level 1 is just not worth it.
Yep.
Just if you look,
Almost.
if you looked at if you looked at my build, I have Max Blade Fury, 1 in ward, and then 2 in my crit. With the rest in stats. Like, I'm trying to get as much utility as I could early, and then just now I'm starting to actually skill into points.
And
Okay,
Chris,
so moral of the story? Moral of the story. what was
Max. Yes.
it? No,
you're in a
the
bad
moral of the
spot.
story is you're gonna die, get away.
You're in a bad spot. Also, keep in mind,
Don't
guys,
be there.
we have no wards again.
Yeah.
2 great supports.
Alright.
You guys are both great at buying wards. One of the things that is infuriating in a game is when you see people doing what Migglypuff is doing right now. Just kind of walking around with wards. Place the ward. You have it. Put it down.
I
Put
just
it
don't know
down.
when to put it down. I'll put
As soon as we need vision, which is right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Always.
So
okay.
another and
Wait,
one
we're
last
in
thing
the
before
game.
we restart. We're gonna go again. We're gonna finish the game. Migglypuff, chain stunning.
Yeah.
So when I'm in dragon form, for example, I stun first. I have a 3-second stun.
Okay.
Instead of casting your frostbite first, your stun, cast your nova. Use your nuke, then frostbite. Try to count to like 1 or 2, then cast it. That way you get used to stacking them. It worked fine because we have great burst damage, but in the future.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go.
Pretty good point.
So we're gonna go.
Yep.
All of us are bad and don't have TPs. Oh god, noobs. All right.
I don't need TPs, I got a veil. What do you got? You don't got a veil.
Oh yeah, you were just getting mad at me for not having a TP scroll. I have one sitting in the shop at least.
User left your channel.
That's
But we're not over here, are we?
yeah.
All
But
alone.
Skyup is just by himself. So like we were saying, always have a purpose when you're doing something. You have no purpose being there, and you even said you don't know what you're doing there.
Yeah.
When in doubt, fall back or ask what you need, or ask what to do. All right, ready?
Or just,
Okay.
yeah, go for it. Or just follow a really basic strategy. I need to kill someone.
Alright,
Where am I
here
going
we
to
are.
find them?
Mm-hmm.
Or we need to push towers. I can't do it by myself. I can't.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, Maelstrom, you're so good. Oh, come here,
3
enemy
mid.
jungle.
Forward.
Incoming science. Oh, somebody's getting science. Oh shit! And it's that
Okay.
guy.
Light of heaven computer.
Coming in behind. God,
Solo Echo.
look at this noob lemon. Oh, I got them all.
Solo Echo. Will you stop Solo Echo?
Wait, how many is that now? 8 in a row.
Oh, I got you.
Welcome.
You stole my rampage! I was gonna get them all!
Deal with monster.
Alright. We can...
You got me.
Guys, I'm sorry for big feeds.
The what?
I'm sorry for big feeds.
You should be. You should feel terrible about yourself.
Yes! Absolutely!
Fellas mid-town.
Hey guys, I'm gonna, you know, give some useful advice. Feeds all game.
I have a full wand too. I'm horrible.
Okay, I'm gonna put down wards. See, in mid
Running away!
Be putting them like
Okay,
like in
let's
this
pause.
area.
Let's pause one more time just to point this out.
Okay.
Okay, just very quickly. So look at the map right now, right?
Yeah.
How many towers do they have?
One.
None.
Two.
One.
Two. They have, I meant how many towers have they taken? They've taken no towers. So we are being very aggressive. So we need aggressive wards. We want to stop them from farming. So a ward there is good. That way we can see their jungle, and I can go in and farm their jungle. I have a Maelstrom and a Quelling Blade still. A ward here is not bad. It'll let you know when they're coming down and and using their ancients. But the best thing we could get is a ward there or there. Why? Because we're going to be thinking about Roshan right now. If we win another team fight, we want to go Rosh. So we want to have that vision right away.
Okay.
All right, guys. So that's what you want to think. If we were losing this game, wards there, always good. All right? But let's get some wards up. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm on ward duty right now.
Oh, we want to kill them? Okay, we can do that.
Potentially. I don't know how to them. I don't even know what I'm thinking.
Bro, you have a soul ring.
Yeah, I know. God.
Actually, Dragon
I
Form's
think I have
gone.
no-
Dragon Form's gone.
Oh, we're just oh shit, run, run!
I gotcha!
And is
Whole team, whole team.
Wait, we can kill him, we can kill him!
What do you mean we
I
can kill him?
need no steam.
I'm not a pussy, we can kill him!
Oh wait, no, hang
They
on.
have a
I got
creep
sword.
wave.
I
I
got
do
a sword.
nothing.
Swiftly.
there's an illusion rune down here.
Oh yes. Oh, I don't have a bottle. Just take it.
Oh, careful, Sky up. You're
Yep,
dead.
sky up.
Oh, okay, okay.
Why were you still there? Oh, you disconnected. That's why.
Oh.
How did I do that?
You DC'd.
That's strange.
Joker is squishing the holy hell out of you right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But-
You're having a bad time.
So why were you still up there?
I don't know, I felt like I should push that a little bit.
Nope.
Okay,
Well-
if we saw 5 mid, and we were
You're back.
running like little pansies, well, except for Fallen, then why
I was running like a manzy.
I had a soul ring.
But okay, all joking aside, well, not all joking, but some. You're up here still without any vision of that whole area.
That's exactly how they walked, just
Yep.
right through there.
Right,
We saw 5 at mid, and you're still solo pushing.
Yep.
So,
Venno is not a solo pusher, so I mean, you're gonna die. It's not a big deal. But this is one of those things where you felt like you should have been pushing, but why did you feel like you should be pushing? We're taking towers very easily, but that's because there are usually 2 people, 3 people. Like we're up
Right.
27-5. We have a huge advantage, but in a real game, it wouldn't be this bad normally. But they could still kill a few of us quite easily. And you're a
Like-
higher level than
Yeah.
every single one of these heroes except Necrolite, so them killing you gives a ton of experience.
okay.
Does that make sense? I'm not going
Yeah.
down on you. Just saying. All right, so let's go.
DC might have had something to do with
Dragon
it.
out.
A
Yeah.
little bit. But,
I had my Mjolnir.
Yes.
We should back up.
Okay, should I not ward
The
there
dragon
then?
waits.
Not right now. Next time we're up there, grab it, but don't.
it's
just
not...
Don't,
Some of the
Yeah,
things
they're
you
right
should...
now.
They're all down there. I could probably get in and out.
It's
I mean,
not
yes.
worth it.
Oh,
This is risky.
Sometimes.
Does this feel like to you that this is kind of risky? Because this is kind of risky.
Who calls?
Yeah, there's no reason to go down. Like, there's no reason for us to even go fight there.
illusion, drow.
By my blade.
We should defend bot if we can.
Yo, dude, I'm a noob. I don't have TP scroll.
They're meaning
What?
to smash that bottom
Yeah, just
tower.
take it.
Generator at top.
Who needed a courier
Radiant's
at...
toughened
I
up their
need the courier.
structures.
I'm getting my Mjolnir.
Okay.
Don't take it.
Dragon to the fray.
The other fellas aiming to wreck your bottom
I just got
tower.
B Fury on the way, so...
They are about to take that tower. Oh,
It's cool.
now
I'm gonna
that's
take.
fine.
I'm gonna take mid.
Almost feel bad for your top tower.
I'm gonna go defend top. Is that a good idea?
Yes.
Oh god, lag. No.
Your top tower's hurting.
Oh, need that. I think I just might have jacked the courier on accident.
Nope, you didn't. They all came mid.
Okay.
I got 2 bot. I got 2 bot.
Alright, I got 2 mid. I can probably kill the 2 mid though.
No.
They're all heading mid.
Alright. I'll back off, I guess. 3 mid.
Okay, so in this case, there's no. Do we really
Someone's
need sentry
having
wards?
technical difficulties.
You use them for counter warding, yeah.
Yeah, we want a Roche.
Oh, for count. Right. Okay. I'll
Alright,
pick.
so let's not chase. Sky up, let's not chase. Back up.
Okay.
We're gonna go uphill with no vision, something you very rarely want to do on the enemy side.
Oh, okay.
Now I will build a BKB.
You wanna crack it mid?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
By the honor of the ancients.
Who knows how many that was? 9 in a row.
Okay. Well, you guys killed
An
everything.
honorable
I was gonna
demise.
TP down there.
We have good items. Okay, so also notice how I didn't level up my dragon form, guys. Something on DK. You don't want to level up dragon form if you're pushing.
Yeah, it's only the first and third levels you want. Right?
Mostly, yeah.
The dragon waits.
I also didn't go Helm with a Dom.
Good for,
Your
the second
bottom
one's good for
tower
stacking
ain't
ancients,
long for
and you
this
just get more with
world.
the splash
Yes.
damage, so that's about it.
Yep, I just got level 2. But, I didn't go Helm with a Dominator this game either.
I need no steam.
The other fellas aiming to wreck your bottom tower.
Did I go defend bottom?
Nothing left of the other fella's mid tower.
Yeah, it's pushing up. Defending bottom is a good idea,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna come help you.
I got it.
Should I put a ward down in their jungle somewhere just in case?
We got one.
Like
We
I was
already have
on
one.
the
We have one.
well on the
I'll
outside
knock your
because
skull.
they've been known to gank that way.
Oh, fire
If-
coming
If
for
they're
me.
gonna
So-
come gank you, yeah, exactly, you can see them.
Who
If they're
called
gonna
We
come
have-
gank you, you're gonna see
We have
them.
pretty good vision now. The only other ward I could ask for is maybe one there.
Where?
Okay.
Defending-
Mid lane.
That's a good one.
Mid lane, so we can
Just
always
right-
know where they
right
are.
in the
Reason.
mid? Okay.
This
Where did you die?
Or about.
Hold on. Where-
In the middle.
Where?
Right where the 3 of them are.
Why were you there?
I was, yeah.
That's the question. Why were you there?
Well, this is awkward.
So, where is everybody else?
Back.
You were there. Lemon DC'd because his internet messed up. I am bot. Zeus is running away. Migglypuff, our Crystal Maiden, is running away. So, you were in no man's land. Oh, wait. I did include you. Zeus is charging in with his gallant Zeus stride. But, you know, it's just one of those things where you were solo pushing. Manly. You were solo pushing. You have no escape mechanism, so solo pushing for you is a big no-no.
Okay.
Okay? No big deal, but yeah. Just look where everybody else is compared to where you are.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a
right.
question about. I have one more ward. Would it be bad to put it like right there?
No. That's not bad.
Okay.
Don't do it now. There is fine. There is fine. Their secret shop is fine. They're really right now, looking at the map, that or that would be the best spot because we want to take this last tower.
Okay.
So the more
Good way
vision
to
we
start
have.
deciding where to ward. I think what Fallen is getting at here is a good way of deciding where to ward is where are they likely to go
Oh, this lag.
at the moment, and they only have this tower to defend that's a tier 2, so they're likely to take this sort of route.
Okay.
Got
They're
it.
likely to take this one, but there's nothing you can do about that.
All right.
Right.
I'll do it when it's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
Exactly.
Also a regen rune.
And also a sentry ward
Okay.
right there would be great
Okay. I'll
You,
put one
you
there.
can de-ward.
because we're looking at Roche. We're gonna try and take this tower or win a team fight and then Roche. All right.
Oh wait. Well.
Full
you said the
science.
Sentry sorry. The
Sen-
sentry ward goes in the river or up here
In the river.
In the river.
in the river. Okay.
The
Different-
sentry
they're
ward
different than
is quite
observer wards.
deceiving.
Okay.
The actual vision on the sentry ward is nothing, but how far they will actually detect stealth
Is
is
very far. We were talking about this earlier.
Okay.
Way to miss it. All right, ready, guys? Let's go.
Yeah.
You guys are doing great so far.
All right, carry on.
No.
Oh, Mjolnir. You feel so good.
Onward.
Almost a BKB. Almost a BKB.
Our shields
I kind of want to take this mid, but I'm kind of alone.
I can group up with you.
Dragon
Can't really
to
do
the
much.
front.
I can
Okay,
disable
so
them.
they're all missing. Oh, there they are.
No, they're all mid.
They're all mid. They're all mid.
Oh, TP. Be right there.
Yes.
Oh no, I don't have enough. Also, my Quelling Blade.
The dragon
Can't TP
waits.
for now. Alright.
Oh, he's gonna stun us. He's gonna stun us. I got you. I got you down.
Ah, shit. I didn't.
It's fine. Okay, so right now is when we want to Roche.
Two down.
Okay.
That's all it
Come
takes.
here.
chasing her?
Come here. Come here, you little sow.
Let's go Roche.
I'm gonna take her face and
Zeus,
wear it.
go! Run, Zeus! Run!
Get you, some bitch, I'm gonna get you. Oh,
By the honor of the ancients.
Oh, you can stun Roche.
Roche basically has a Lincoln's.
Okay, so once he dispels, you can. Are you gonna die?
No. I have plenty of HP.
Okay. Should I go?
I have my
I
Armland.
feel like I should go ward the jungle or this area right now.
Nope, you should not right
I'm
now.
gonna do that.
Radiant put old Roche
I got
down.
one
Immortality.
Immortality!
Forward.
Now let's take bot tower now. I'm fairly low, but I do have armlet, so I can toggle.
By my blade.
Mine! I have lightning too, Zeus!
my lightning's better. I got a soul ring.
Ah, no!
Who calls
Oh,
the
you're
dragon?
gonna have a bad time. Where's your toggling now, bitch?
It's right there!
Okay, just stay back then.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh god. Oh, it's gonna hurt.
I have
It's gonna hurt.
18.7 regen per second.
Onward.
Oh, get him. Like,
Oh, we're going. We're
That's
going.
about
Oh, I died! I have Aegis though, so I'm coming back.
Somebody's cooking.
See? That worked out.
Not always nice.
Just don't be pussies.
Wow. Oh yeah, I forgot you have the Aegis.
Right.
Cross sword.
I feel like a dumbass.
And that was totally worth it.
yeah. Say it. Fall and
By the
say it.
shield.
Oh, that was almost manly.
Manly.
Attack.
The other fella's bottom tower's gone for good.
I'll mount your skull.
What would be better, a Force Staff or a Yule in
Compelled
this
to
case?
battle.
Who are you?
Um,
I'm under attack. Dragon charge.
Yule's is better, but Force Staff's easier to use for what you need it for.
Let's just say it's a winning streak.
Oh, I got you, baby. Oh, I got you.
Running away!
Reinforcements.
How many was that?
I'm having a way of a time.
This tower is eating me.
Guess that's 10 in a row. 2 down.
Feeling.
Running away!
Leave the scene of the crime.
Whew.
Oh, when you say run away, you mean run away.
Forward.
Some of us only have 100 HP.
Yes.
Coming. Dragon form, a few more seconds.
Of course.
My money.
Sorry.
I need no speed.
I'm joking. Okay, go on him.
Oh, yeah!
Who knows how many that was?
I spike.
That was
Okay, I'm
fun.
gonna go. Should I go ward or should we just push?
We should push.
They got lost cow. 2 down.
Yes.
Did you have a refresher yet? No, soon.
No, I do.
Yes.
That
Oh,
top
you
tower
just bastard,
ain't
that's what you
doing
are.
so good.
I got you, baby.
It was necessary.
Wembley.
Minister.
Your top tower's in trouble. Can't do nothing about dire structures right now.
Where's my BKB?
Oh,
You're gonna die!
I'm gonna kill you.
Let me deny you! Let me deny you!
Oh, it's really good.
Oh, sweet! I have my second hyperstone.
Bottom tower's
Running
done
away.
for. Really
So,
almost
normal
fight
game,
for your
we-
top tower.
Normal
There goes
game.
your top
Get
tower.
back out here.
We would push to end right now, but it's not, so I'm gonna get another Hyperstone.
Of course.
So you're just sticking around at this point.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Well, for 43 for 7, we would have
Who
won by now.
calls the Dragon
Yes.
Knight?
Look at my attack speed.
I'm watching. Pow, 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 pow.
I'll notch your skull.
0.49.
Oh, let's check it.
Yeah, I'm here. Let's kill him.
The Dragon
Oh, it's a drow.
waits.
It's a drow.
Requesting reinforcements.
Look, I set out 20 in a row.
Hang on. I want to see if I can one-shot my crow.
Damn it.
So much thunder.
Why are you so angry? God, I attack fast.
So I was gonna say, if I get the
The
last hit,
fellas
we'll
lost
last
the
my
mid
ass.
tower.
Oh, I got the last
The
hit.
other
Sorry.
fellas mid rags. God, showed them but good.
Yeah, but I got every single creep.
I got that one too.
There goes the other fellas mid rags.
Ow!
Swiftly.
Stun him.
Oh, it's gonna be the gecko.
Into the fray.
No, there's not. He's like level 7.
The dragon waits.
Stun him. Stun him.
Yeah.
Bye bye. The dragon waits.
Toggle like you mean it.
Seriously, I lost count.
Sprint is victory.
Toggling's for suckers.
Of course.
Alright, guys, that's how you win games.
Yes.
Toggling.
Yes. Armlet toggling is so important.
A worthy tribute. Our shield shall clash.
You dick.
I didn't get any of that.
You got one.
Oh.
You guys know you can pick up items from the other team's fountain, right?
Yeah.
The other fellas bottom rags.
Mine, Snuffles.
Bottom rags.
I got that barrack. I've got 3 barracks now.
That's alright. I'm gonna go buy
Who
something.
calls the dragon knight?
Oh, maybe my full AC
Cuirass.
plus 42 armor. 43, sorry.
Oh god, they didn't see it. Oh.
No idea how many that was. Think I lost count. 2 down. By the way, how many is that? Who knows?
There we go. I got him.
There's so much going on.
I need your steel.
The lemon DC didn't just.
Oh, a while ago.
There goes one of the other fellas mid tower.
The creeps don't even hurt me. They literally do no damage.
I return.
That's pretty funny. Oh, I guess I could buy a satanic.
Oh.
Who calls the dragon?
It's just
Who's that?
standing there, chilling out.
20 in a row.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
last two
that's
creeps.
By the honor of the ancients.
So, Wigglypuff, you did a great job top lane. Your positioning was pretty good. You played pretty defensively, which is fine with the Crystal Maiden since she's very squishy. But you're doing great right now.
Look, I said
Just
I
the
lost
big thing with Crystal Maiden,
By the honor
Yeah.
of the
stay,
ancients.
stay where everybody else is. And roam to kill. You sitting mid, it's okay to, if you're behind on levels, but you weren't.
Yeah. I just didn't, like, at that point, there's just nothing I could think of to do. So I figured, might as well.
Dead.
no idea how
Mine.
many that was.
Oh, it's too late in the game for me to.
Live by the sword. Die
Don't
by the
matter.
dragon.
What the hell's wins on that? I'm...
Nothing left of the other fellas mid
We had someone DC, so she doesn't come out. Kill him!
Let's just say it's
Mine.
a winning streak.
Forward.
Guess that's 10 in a row. Them dire buildings are tough as nails for now.
No!
The Radiant done it.
You died?
I did. I gave away first blood.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Some of us went 21-0 and 17.
Some of us got 6 more kills than that and 3 more reps than that.
Some of us didn't die. Okay, so was that helpful for you guys to kind of figure out what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely.
So Sky, do you understand why you died those few times?
For the most part, just being pretty stupid about it, just being out where I shouldn't be.
Wrong place, wrong time.
As a support hero, don't cross the river unless you're with somebody else or you're warding.
Okay.
That's a general rule of thumb. If you were fine top, as you get better, you won't have someone telling you what to do each time, so you'll get more reactionary, or you won't be as reactionary. You'll just kind of be like, I stunned him, we need to go on it. But we were fine top. We played defensively. They had an Earthshaker who could potentially screw us with a Drow, but I'm fairly tanky and you're not, so you did a great job. And yeah, other than that, skill builds, Sky Up, you kind of figured out what we were talking about. Usually you want to max a skill first because that makes it pretty strong.
Okay.
Some heroes like DK have his stun, which you really only put 1 point in until much later on,
Mhm.
etc., etc.